Hey, what's going on, my friends? How are ya? Hiker Dave here. Gonna be slippery, icy on this hike today. We had some snow earlier that turned to rain, so it's kind of sloppy out here today. I'm on a different spot. I've never hiked this trail before. I've been in this state forest before, but I've never taken this particular trail. I've only been here 4 or 5 times maybe, and this is where me and my son over the summer got those 2 wood knocks, loud and clear wood knocks. I'm noticing some sign here on this trail, and I'm really not that far in, but I'm noticing some pretty cool tree breaks, some sapling breaks, and some weaving. I noticed some tops of some of these smaller trees are all weaved and bound together. It's a beautiful day, really. I mean, it is raining, sprinkling now. It was a beautiful snowstorm when I got up this morning. I said, I gotta get out and hike. By the time I got all my gear together and made the trek to this place, it turned to rain. So today I'm following the pink blazes. That's telling me to go left, so I shall. I find this very interesting. You've got a nice X here, X, and you've got this floater up here. Interesting. A lot of tree breaks on this particular trail. I'm noticing quite a bit. It's tough to take a ton of video out here because of it's raining out, and my Fujifilm that is waterproof for like diving and stuff just doesn't like to cooperate with me. So I have to take short videos like this and kind of splice them together so I don't ruin my phone. It's not too bad now, really, really light sprinkle. I was thinking, I have another channel. It's just a little side channel, and I enjoy it. It's a prepping channel. Just about being prepared for emergencies and different ways to prepare yourself and different scenarios of things that could happen that could cause us to lose power, or the grid goes down, or the monetary system collapses, or something devastating like that, or even small emergencies. And I made a video. It's called, if you'd like to know, it's called Surviving New England. And I did a video yesterday about first aid and how I don't think enough people pay attention to first aid as far as their preps go. I personally carry a first aid kit everywhere I go, or at least in my backpack, and I have one in the van. And I was thinking about preppers. Look at that fresh break, brand new. Brandy new. Holy jabroni. And I was thinking of people that prep, such as myself. I used to have the mindset of, if something goes wrong, I'll go right to the forest. Another break right there. I'll go right to the forest, and I have supplies and food, freeze-dried foods, and that kind of thing. And it started me thinking about, if there ever was an emergency like that and people had to start going into the woods to get food, we would be competing with Sasquatch for food resources and water. And how frightening that would be, because I think that generally we lose that fight. You know, if something bad ever happened, oh boy, if something bad ever was to happen and you've got a bunch of people out in the forest, you're going to be bumping in to large creatures out in the woods that have been hunting and killing and consuming for their entire existence, and we'll be out in the woods with them, potentially, and we would be right there along with Sasquatch trying to get food and water. I think we would. There would be a big issue going on there. Let me just cross this. I want to make sure I don't drop my phone. So, that's something I think, as far as my mindset when it comes to survival and things like that, that's something that just kind of popped into my head. And I was thinking about that, and that would be a serious problem. You've got these, like I said, these creatures out here in the woods have been doing it without us bothering them generally. There's hunters out there and stuff. But I know where I am. That's that rock. Yeah, just something to think about, guys. Yeah, I have been here. I have section hiked this trail before. This is that really interesting boulder that had a gnome underneath it. I think it was a gnome, or it was I forget what it was. I think it was, or a frog or something. Just something to think about. It's my other channel. I don't post all that often. I plan on doing some more of that. But I just thought that was interesting. It's always amazed me how I can hike an area and not see one single tree lean, not one sapling break, nothing. And I'll hike, and there's all these saplings, not one little sapling is broken. Everything is nice and nice. This whole area I'm in, not one tree lean, no trees weaved, no big logs leaning up against trees. And I've said this before on other videos that, I understand nature can do some of that stuff. And I'm not saying there's nothing here for that. Like, look at, for instance, right there, kind of a weird little break or whatever, but big, huge parts of the forest is how does Mother Nature just pick one area and knock trees over from snow load or, pardon me. But like, I'm not saying Bigfoot does every single break and tree lean and things like this and structures and stuff, but I do believe a lot of it is Sasquatch that is leaving sign for each other to read. My opinion only. And I've actually had that opinion for quite a while now, and I'm pretty firm on it. Why is there no sign all around here? Nothing. And then I'll show you another spot when I get to it, because I double backed. I turned around. I got stuff I got to do, and got to do some food shopping because my kids, they say they're starving. That just means that there's no cereal. but I got stuff I got to take care of. But I just see nothing. And it amazes me. And then I'll come to a spot where it's massive, all kinds of sapling bends and breaks and leans and tree weaves and things like this that How do you explain that? You know, I've gone as far as looked on Google Earth to look for different terrain features. Maybe the wind comes through in an odd way in a certain area. But I've found nothing to back that up, that there's some kind of weather anomaly that hits a certain part of the forest and then leaves another part of the forest completely alone. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. So I'm in the same forest. I didn't change anything, right? And this is what I'm talking about. Stuff like this. Why aren't the trees all bent over in that other part of the forest? Why do I see clumps of area like this? I mean, that break is 15 feet up, and you got it making an X right here, and that big bend right here. Then you've got a dead log that is now standing up. And look how close to homes I am. This is just on the outskirts of the state forest where I'm at. And look at all the bends and just everywhere out here. Why is it not like that a half a mile back, when I can look through the forest and see none of this? No tree breaks. No tree bends, no big leans like this. It just really makes you wonder, you know? I mean, I'm not trying to convince myself. I'm trying to convince others that might watch this video that maybe perhaps you're on the fence, right? I mean, you're not sure if, you know, so what, Hiker Dave? There's some stick leans or tree breaks. Mother Nature does that. Well, so Mother Nature picks a little area in the forest and knocks a bunch of stuff down, leans a bunch of trees, leans logs up against trees, makes tree bends, but then doesn't touch it, the other part of the forest, not an eighth of a mile away. Suspect. So I'm just 50 yards down the trail, and I got tree bends, big stick tree break over there. Now as I walk, and I'm looking, it starts to dissipate. The sign and the bends and the leans get less and less and less. It's just funny. This is that little weave thing I showed you guys earlier. And then it starts to clear up. So there was no wind or snow load. All through there's nothing. Mother Nature decided to leave that part of the forest alone, or say it's human hands have done this to fool me, right? To fool everybody. Well, they decided not to touch this part of the forest. I don't understand. I honestly don't see this being somebody coming out or going all over the country and breaking the tops off of saplings and leaning logs against trees. Which way am I going here? That says go right. This is just, it's just something I have noticed the past 2 years now that I've been doing this. And I have to keep saying, well, Mother Nature can do it, Mother Nature can do it. Well, I don't see Mother Nature picking a small area, you know, half the size of a football field, and then just leaving the rest of the forest alone, or huge gaps of sign. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, guys. Excuse me. Just really weird. Just an interesting thought. You know, leave a comment if you have some theories on how just these small little pockets of forested area can contain bent trees and sapling breaks and tree leans and things like this, where just in a small area it's everywhere, and then you can hike. Anyways, you get the picture what I'm trying to say. Beautiful, beautiful hike out here today. Absolutely gorgeous. Even the rain, I don't mind it. It's just a sprinkle. It's not bad. But I'm gonna, when I get to my van, I'll wrap the video up. So stick with me here. I'm not quite done yet. Well, it looks like my phone is fogging up. It's been really touchy with the phone and the rain. But so far, my phone's still alive. I don't know, that little screen it's kind of foggy out. Get the temperature rising a bit. It's, you know, get the snow on the ground. But I want to talk to you guys about something. So stay with me for a couple minutes. Oh, a big old fat raindrop just landed on my phone. Oh, phone, hang in there. Hang in there, phone. There's my squatching van, guys. Always good to come out of the forest and see that thing waiting for me. So what I'm going to do is just kind of get my rain gear off. Kind of get the van warmed up. And I'm going to want to touch on something. I want to talk about Cascade Bigfoot's latest video. There she is. Thank you to my subscribers for all the support and the PayPal donations. That is why this van is still here. All right, let me get dried up here. All right, so the van is running right now, and you can't even hear it, I bet you, huh? It's running like a top. It looks like the screen is a little fogged up, but I think it's because it's cold out, warm in here, and the phone is defrogging. I'm not sure what's going on. So, if you haven't seen Cascade Bigfoot, check out his channel. He's got some incredible stuff, really, really good stuff. But he came out with a video called Killing Bigfoot. Now, he talks about video, pictures, audio, tracks, prints are not going to cut it to get Sasquatch recognized as a real species. And I've said this in the past in other videos that it's going to take a body on a slab. Unfortunately, I don't even know. I don't want to get too into it, but it's an interesting video. I suggest you check it out. It's very controversial, I'll say, but it doesn't bother me because I kind of keep blinders on. I do my own thing. It doesn't affect me per se, but it's an interesting thing that he's talking about on his last video. Mark, it's good to see you back too, brother. Good to see you back. I hope you're feeling well. But go over to Cascade Bigfoot, check that out, and just shift gears about what I was saying out in the woods. How these small little pocketed areas that have all this sign that I call Bigfoot sign. It's my opinion, my theory. And what do you think? Leave a comment on, do you think maybe a weather anomaly could just hit a small area, half the size of, not even half the size of a football field, and just do all these leans, breaks, and blah, blah, blah with all that stuff I'm always hopping about. Anyways, I hope you guys are having an awesome weekend. I got some errands to run. Yay. And I'll definitely see you guys on the next one.